I've been hearing a lot about some Tesla owners who may have loans, having their cars totaled for these hits that are just like not really that incredibly bad. Now, if you have a loan on your car and you have to take it to a Tesla certified shop, makes sense. I get it. However, if you bought your car and you own your car outright, then the insurance payment actually comes to the owner. So here's where DIY and a lot of things make sense in terms of learning how to do certain things. And these Teslas, they are built very easy to work on. You just have to have tools and kind of the balls in order to go on and take this project on. So this is my personal vehicle. You can see some hits going on right about here. You see there's a hit here, there's cracked light, there is the bumper, there's a missing light there, this is cracked. If you take a look at all that stuff, bad hit. This here impact bar was pushed in, and of course there's foam that goes there, and the toe or the hood pop, the electronic attachment is messed up. So, but a lot of this stuff is plastic. A lot of this stuff is clips, brackets, stuff like that. Things that are just not, they look a lot worse than they actually are. So, shop said, what? $17,500 to fix the thing. Now, granted, the car fairly new, 2023, it's a Model S. It wasn't totaled. I just was like, I don't think this is as bad as it is. Now, granted, I work on vehicles. I got some skill with these things. But this particular vehicle, it was the easiest car I've ever worked on. Now, I'm not a body shop guy, but I do know how to buy new parts, and I do know about paint. So the biggest dilemma was, who's going to be able to paint this thing and match that paint so that it's satisfactory, as well as, the finish on the paint, the orange peel, the swirl marks, stuff like that I, don't want my paint to have. And a lot of people who are auto enthusiasts and kind of DIY mechanic people, they want these things to look a certain way. So this was my DIY job. Bought these parts directly from Tesla, of which you can go to the service center and buy your parts. Took it apart, did some investigation, pop hood, took off bumpers, but I did use Tesla.com service manual. You have an account and you go in, Tesla really shows you every single picture and illustration, and more so photographs and instruction, torque specs on how to take everything off their cars. And the one thing I will say about this Tesla, as you can see, hood's fixed, headlights new, bumpers new, fog lights new, grill is new, the hood pop thing is new grill here, and all this stuff, this, and this were all painted. That part's new. This part was also new. Now that came from a 2024 Model S Plaid. Brand new light, had all the stuff on it. But I was able to take the car apart, utilizing the Tesla.com, service manual for the vehicle. It gave me everything that I needed to know. Now, it wasn't a small job, but if you got some skill and you got some time and you don't have frame damage per se, of which a hit like this is not a frame damage hit. So, basically the moral of the story is, if you got some skill, don't be afraid. This car is probably going to be one of the easiest vehicles to work on, just from the way that Tesla just puts these things together. They don't put things in the way. They don't put, you got to take off this to get off this, to take off that, to get this off, to finally take that off. They don't build a car like that. This thing is definitely built in a way that it's modular. It's built in a way where they thought about, hey, we're not going to need ASE mechanics. We're going to be able to train our own people. We're going to build this thing. We're taking it apart in mind. And they really did a pretty good job in doing that. So I just want to say this to all the people that are out there that do know something about vehicles and do have some skill. Don't be afraid. You can buy all these things. This was purchased, that was purchased, this was purchased, this was purchased, that fender was purchased, the grill was purchased, and all of the little parts and brackets and stuff, and the impact bar over here that you see was damaged, that was purchased. The foam impact bar, the foam impact insulator, that was purchased. Some headlight brackets and things need to be corrected as well. But everything that cracked was just a replacement. No frame damage. This thing lined up perfectly. It's gorgeous. Body shop that I got did do a great job in matching the paint. Everything came out exactly the way it was factory. They color matched it well. Had to go back and forth a little bit to just have them take a little bit of the orange peel out and some swirl marks and stuff. And they were really cool about it. The paint job for all three parts, that included the hood, the bumper, and this fender, and these are all Tesla parts, that was about $1,600. And they did all the touch-ups and all the, rework and buffing it out and, wet sanding and stuff as part of the job. So it came out well. Biggest pain in the ass was lining this hood up to make sure that the gap lines that you see here, right there, are even on both sides. That was a little bit of a pain. Takes two people, but everything else, time and effort, and you can do it. I was able to fix this thing for less than that, and car came out better than I think anybody else would have done it. Something to be said. What do they say? If you need something done right, do it yourself. So I just wanted to put that out there for those that see, their cars like, oh, they're going to total it. And it's like, this ain't a totaled hit. Even those with the Model 3, don't believe the hype. Shop around a little bit and don't be discouraged, because sometimes people are just full of you know what. All right, everybody. Hope that helps.